Hello, people. Here we have this Pommy YouTuber. Now, I once said on iRocco, I said, how can you have a Pommy guy telling us about Australia and then they've ever been here? Well, here we have another Pommy guy. He's called himself Cookie, right? Now, like all good cookies, there's only one good place for him. It's in a glass of milk. You put now you know what happens when you put a cookie in a glass of milk, don't you? It crumbles and disappears. Now, this guy here, he's having a go. Now, this is how stupid he is. He's travelled halfway around the world, and when he was over in England last year, he ran the shit out of a guy called Neil, who does Tasmanian tigers. He mocked him and everything else. Now he's down there in Tasmania. He wants to go around there and talk to Neil. Well, would you want to go around and talk to him? Because he's a big mouth pom and he's come halfway around the world. Are you going to go out of your way to entertain him? And now he's having a go at Neil because Neil's having a go at him because he had a go at Neil. Now, all Neil does is try to go around and prove the Tasmanian tiger. Right? Yes, a Tassie tiger. Yeah, the thylacine. Now, Neil took a photo. He believed what it was. But the way this guy he carried on last year, he was a raving loudmouth pom. I even watched it, and I was quite disgusted by the way how he ridiculed Neil for all the hard work he did, putting out camera traps, walking up through the hills, up there through Tasmania, and all this big loudmouth pommy bastard could do was sit there on his big fat ass and sit there and rock and rant. Now have a listen to his latest rant.
And welcome along back to the channel today, and today I'm in a different country. I'm in Australia, and that's sort of on topic for what we're going to be talking about today, which is...
Now, I thought he was English. I thought he actually spoke English. To me, it sounds like, okay, Mr. Smartass, you sound like you're talking halfway up your nose and halfway down the back of your throat, like you've got something shoved down there from another male.
Going to be the thylacine, and the possibility of the thylacine being alive here in 2022. I picked a really nice setting for this video. Look at that nice little creek. Saw a swamp wallaby a minute ago, and there's like some organ pipe things, lava and that. There is also a chance that a platypus might just pop up, but fingers crossed, you never know. Right, so anyway, let's talk about the thylacine.
Now, really, a platypus is just going to pop up, and these organ pipe things from lava. Well, if you're going to comment about them, why don't you look up the proper name before you get on camera? Really. Platypuses don't pop up.
Last year, in 2021, I think it was just before March, a certain company called Tagoa claimed they had thylacine footage. They got
That's Neil.
Clear thylacine footage, one unambiguous photo and then two ambiguous photos, and they released them to the world on March the 1st, and it was a massive flopping disaster. The pictures looked like this, and they just weren't very good at all. Not a single one of those pictures could be classed as a thylacine. It was a massive letdown, and if anything, we're just looking at pademelons. Like that swamp wallaby I saw a minute ago, that was more of a thylacine. Well, anyway, the person who put that out was Neil Waters. He was dead set on it. He said, that's it, it's a thylacine. We finally got the proof.
Well, that's the best pose you could ever do. Look, I look up my own nose. I'm a pommy guy. Look, I'm going to kiss myself. See, now he docks Neil Waters, but at least Neil gets out there in the freezing cold out there in the snow. At least he has a go. Not like this guy. Listen to him rot and rant. He rants about Neil ranting on about him because of the way how he ranted on about Neil. All Neil does is try. And I will defend any person that gets out there that tries. He looks so good like that, doesn't he?
We all need it. And unfortunately, it's obviously not true. I came out and said this wasn't it. A whole host of other people said the exact same thing, that this isn't the real deal, this isn't it, and etc, etc. And if we roll it on 1 year later, Neil Waters has actually gone and said he's got another thylacine to show us, and he built it up on his page on Facebook, and that's what we're here to look at today. He claims this is going to be a female thylacine, and there's no disputing it once again. Now, you're going to have to forgive me because this isn't scripted. So I've got what he said in the group, and I'll read it out for you right now. I've got a female thylacine on the infrared on one of the cameras. She is about 20 feet from the camera. It's obviously at night. Her stripes are barely visible from the angle, but...
See, he reads, but he doesn't read. It's obviously at night. So you're not going to get a clear photo, are you? See, this is where they want everything put out there on a plate with the gravy and everything else.
Her tail is fat, as straight, slightly turned up at the end, and most importantly, you can clearly see the black circle, which is her pouch, quite a distance from the base of her tail. So I am editing a video at the minute. I still have thousands of photos to go through and videos, many emails to send, the camera sponsor to notify, and 25 more cameras to bring in. When I release it in a few days, I'm going to cop stuff from all the knob jockeys on YouTube who don't know Padaman from a cat. He's referencing me there, so that's good. He's going to get a whipping from the media yet again because it is a grainy infrared shot at night. There will be the usual whingers who complain, why is it every shot of a thylacine is taken with a potato? There will be some people in here who will actually see what I see, and those of you who don't. But I don't care. I do this because I know it's still out there. Thousands of people have seen it over Australia, and the poor thing needs to be properly recognised and protected from our idiotic governments. Plus, this cloning garbage is a pile of stuff 10 stories high.
That's the best thing ever.
He's put a picture of me on there as well. So, yeah, bit weird. That's the way to announce.
See his attitude? A bit weird. Mate, you just ran him down. What do you expect? Hugs and kisses? Come on in. I'll make you lamingtons. I'll cook you a beautiful steak dinner. Oh, mate, you are pathetic. Really? A bit weird? Of course you're going to get ridiculed. You ridiculed him, you idiot. Are you such a... No, you're a moron. Absolute bloody moron.
It's one of the most sought after extinct animals on the planet. You stick a picture of me in there and have a go at the YouTube people. So, yeah, already sounds legitimate. So that's what we had a few days ago. And then recently, today...
I wonder if he was legitimately born or was he one of these chemical babies?
This morning in Australia, about 7 o'clock, he finally posted the video onto YouTube. It's about 9 minutes long. If you want to go see that, go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description down below. So he starts the video off. He name drops Forrest Galante. And to be fair, this first part of the video, he's just really combative. He's just having a go at people, and he's really bitter about it. And it's weird because if you've got a thylacine, if you've got an extinct animal.
Why is it weird to ridicule the people that ridiculed him last time, you stupid dumb idiot? Are you that bloody stupid? You don't get it through your head? You've already ridiculed him from halfway around the world, and now you're sitting in his state, in his country? Oh, mate, you are so far up yourself. Go home.
Why are you attacking people before you show them the picture? If it's genuine, do you know what I mean? So that's a bit weird to start with.
Do you know what I mean? Well, I tell you what, do you know what I mean? Why don't you just go home and shut your big mouth fucking trap from blab, blab, blab and running people down that try to have a go? You're a critic. Piss off. Go home, you stinker bloody pom. Go find a cake of soap. Put a cake of soap on a rope around his neck and you watch how far this cookie runs. We know pommers don't like soap. That's why he's not standing in the water. He's standing outside the water.
And then he goes on about YouTubers and their expert opinions, talking about me. It's just a really weird way to start the video. You know, this could be groundbreaking news. He thinks it's a thylacine, but he's more interested on having a go at people thinking it's not going to be, which is bizarre.
Well, he's getting in first, you idiot.
Second stage, and he starts reeling off pictures from that same camera trap, which is, I think it's good because it gives a size comparison. The first one is a wombat, pretty cool looking thing, like rectangular looking thing. It's really nice looking. And then he shows off a few other things like certain wallabies and all that sort of thing.
Certain wallabies. Oh.
He gets to the picture which he says is the thylacine, and I'm not gonna lie, it's just pathetic. Again, what is this? What you don't? I can't even tell you what that is. I really can't. It's just a blur running away from the camera, innit? What am I supposed to be looking at here? And I don't know. Again, he's led this group on to believe that he's got a thylacine. He tries to waffle his way through this video, saying all sorts of things, and this is the picture he's got for it. It's rubbish. And as he wanted a YouTuber to give their expert opinion, I mean, I will. This photo's shocking. Again, if I got this on my camera trap, I would just delete it. I have no idea what that is.
See, that's why you're stupid, you dickhead. You don't know what it is and you go out and delete it. So how are you ever going to find out what it is? You're an idiot. Cookie, you're an idiot. Why would you delete it if you don't know what it is? That's why people investigate. What is it? Duh. Perfect pose on your face there, mate. You look down. Duh. Listen, go back, play with your mobile phones, is where your education is. And you said all the things about or whatever they are, animals. You don't know anything about Australia. Shut your mouth. Fuck off. Go back to England. That's the story there. You want to go look at it? There's Dickhead. He's a peanut.
I want to believe Thylacine is still out there in Tasmania, right? But when I get this, I mean, it's just laughable.
I love this guy. It's just laughable. Why doesn't he get out there in the cold? Why doesn't he get out there and have a go? He wants to laugh at somebody else's hard work. Piss off. I mean, if I come round to your house and I laughed at the work you were doing, painting the house or whatever, what would you tell me to do?
But when I get this, I mean, it's just laughable. It is really laughable, and I think again, it's just pathetic. I think Neil's after a cash grab, and it's rubbish. So I guess that's my expert opinion. This was a shocking photo. What's the point? And honestly, I really don't want to make this video because this picture is not worth talking about. And yeah, the less said about it, the better, I guess. But that's going to be all for this video because that is pathetic. And yeah, I've said enough about it.
Well, thank you very much because A, Neil's now played you to be a critic and you made a video which now advertises him for free. B, Neil doesn't get any cash grab from anybody because he doesn't ask for money. Duh, dumbass. If you would have done your homework, you ought to find out that Neil is a voluntary organisation and everybody pays their own way to do all their own research and all he does is collect information. He does not ask for any money. Yes, you loudmouth Pom, you stuffed up again. You go and check his website. Everything is self-voluntary. He does not even have a PayPal account, as to my knowledge. To my knowledge. He's never once said, make a donation. He's never once said, if you want to send us some money. He's never said anything like that. Loudmouth bastard. You got it all wrong. Go back around. Go back to Pommy land and go sit over there, crawl down your hole and go eat your little scones and muffin and go kiss the ass of the Queen. That's where you belong. Cookie? What a fucking idiotic name. Cookie. What are you? Cookie Monster? No, actually, Cookie Monster's actually got more intelligence than you, and that's a stuffed toy. Bloody pathetic Pom. Go home back to your own country. F off out of Australia.